Hey there, it's the time of the year when we go far away from home for a vacation to relax, re-energize, switch our minds off, and for us, that means going all the way to Japan. And I am super excited for this trip because first of all, we're gonna go to Ishigaki Island, which is far south, and it's a very different Japan experience. And after that, while we go back to the mainland, we will go to the Japanese Alps and explore the surrounding area of Nagano. For the final leg of our trip, we're gonna go back to Tokyo to get an experience at a unique Japanese festival and so much more. So let's pack some comfortable shoes, lots of excitement, and let's go to Japan. Welcome to Tokyo!
Yay!
Today will be just about survival because for the next 6 hours we're gonna have to do something because only after that we can check into the hotel because we couldn't trick our bodies to sleep on the plane, unfortunately. But here's the first really good impression again about Japan. This umbrella, we got it
for free
from the hotel staff. Yes, so kind people here. Now let's go to the station because it's gonna rain so that we can do something in the meantime, like go to shops, maybe eat something. Let's go.
Miért így néz ki?
Fogalmam nincs, but I'm very curious.
Hogy most ez zsír, vagy mi ez?
Fogalmam nincs. This tastes delicious, but also very fatty. Mm. Mm.
これ一つ
はい
はい、ありがとうございますこれも一つ
これも。
ありがとうございます
団子
It's not just dango. That's mochi, and the dango. Mochi and dango, two good friends, go into the bag and then goes into our belly. One of the reasons why we always look forward to when we come to Japan is the food, and I'm really sure that throughout this video you're gonna see some delicious treats, definitely. And we already kind of started our culinary adventures on the plane itself because this time we thought, why not treat ourselves? So we booked ANA's business class coming here, and I will be honest, normally plane food is garbage, but we ate so much delicious food already on the plane. It was just amazing and a great start to all the deliciousness that we're gonna experience here in Japan. Looking forward to that as well. I love these birds, they're amazing. Welcome to our room. Now, not only did we manage to finally check in, we also rested a little bit before heading out for the evening. But as you can see, this room has like a modern aesthetic. But make no mistake, this is an average Tokyo hotel room with some very tight spaces, as you can see here with the TV. But nevertheless, we do have space enough for our luggages. Even we can open them up if we want to. And for us, for the next 2 days, that will be more than enough. And now, I'm kind of hungry, so let's head out. Let's explore Kamata's night a little bit. We chose Kamata for our short stay in Tokyo as it was close to the airport and it offered a less busy atmosphere compared to inner Tokyo, with lots of restaurants and food options available. For our first dinner, we went for something we know and love and got some ramen soup and tsukemen dipping noodles. And finally, as for the closure of the day, we went to a nearby liquor store that offered some sake tasting for a very reasonable price.
First breakfast. in the park.
So the big question is, did we sleep enough? Well, not exactly. We did sleep some, but our bodies still did not adjust to the Japanese time. Hopefully in the next few days we can, but I'm excited for today because we're gonna go to Yokohama for the first time. Never been there. Apparently there's a festival and it's Golden Week, so hopefully there's gonna be some food stalls as well. Anyways,
And 100 millions of people.
yes, it's the biggest holiday season for Japanese people, so
Nevertheless, enjoy your onigiri. Yay!
I'm so envious for all the people who can go today to the baseball match. We couldn't get tickets to this one, but still looking forward to when we come back to Tokyo on our last leg for our trip. We will go to a Yakult Swallows game. Are you excited?
Yes! Yay!
Now apparently there's some sort of a parade happening, so let's go and try to check that out.
And find it.
Yes. Every year, the city commemorates the opening of its seaports with the Yokohama Parade, where different groups walk on the streets. Countless marching bands with trumpets, drummers, baton twirlers, and many other talented individuals brighten up the streets with their colorful dresses and musical performances during this parade. Close by, we had one of the most famous spots in Yokohama, the largest of Japan's 3 Chinatowns. Now, during our travels, we love to get smaller bites for lunch instead of having one big proper meal. And luckily for us, Chinatown is all about food and it is full of restaurants and eateries, so we were really much looking forward to trying the different snacks this place offers. Now that we had some delicious snacks here in Chinatown and also got our specialty coffee, let's go closer to the port, the bay area, where the red brick houses are. Hopefully there's gonna be some street food there or something more as food that we can get and eat. The red brick warehouses of the old port area have been converted into shopping malls today, which doesn't sound very interesting, but its surroundings regularly host different festivals and events. And as we heard, the themes for those festivals can be anything you can imagine, but for sure, we were not prepared for this one. Are we in Germany?
Welcome to Germany.
Yes, the theme was German Frühlingsfest, and if that means I get to eat some sausages and drink beer, well, count me in, please, even if we are nowhere near Germany. Now that we have rested a little bit in the hotel and the 2 beers are out of my system, let's go try to eat something and then visit a shrine.
Yay!
During our preparations for our travel, we read about some of the local delicacies of Kamata, and the popular food item turned out to be one of our favorites: winged gyoza, which is the stuffed dumpling that also has a large crispy bottom layer that apparently looks like a wing, hence the name. But we simply couldn't end our tasting adventure here, as the restaurant we picked specialized in all kinds of dumplings, so we had to try as many as we could until our belly was completely full with gyoza. And because we ate so much, we also had to postpone our shrine visit to the next day, but we didn't mind. The dumplings were really delicious. Good morning! Today we started with getting some non-Japanese breakfast, which was Cuban sandwiches, but we couldn't resist visiting the small shop at the corner run by, I guess, the family. It was super nice.
Yes.
Really nice little Cuban sandwich. And now we're gonna head into the city to visit a shrine, maybe two, and then visit a shopping street. Yay! The first shrine we wanted to visit was Hiei Shrine, which offers a unique contrast of old and new, as this traditional building is nestled between skyscrapers of inner Tokyo. It is also an old tradition of ours that when we visit Japan, we purchase charms at the shrines we feel connected with, and when we learned about Hiei Shrine, we knew we had to get some charms for ourselves here too. Our first charms of the trip, and because one of the deities of this place is a monkey, we got some monkeys for ourselves.
A boy and a girl monkey.
Yes, and apparently the two monkeys that we see there are husband and wife, just like we are.
Big monkey.
Cute monkey, big one.
Fat monkey.
No, did you call me fat?
Yes.
The next stop was Hikawa Shrine, where we could easily forget that we are in a busy metropolis since we were surrounded by trees and a peaceful atmosphere. Now that we have visited two shrines, which have something to do with love, marriage, and being together, let's go and try to get to a shopping street, to Togakushi. Togakushi is a long shopping street in the outskirts of Tokyo, where locals go for their daily shopping and tourists for the laid-back atmosphere and street food available.
Toro? Csak megmulladsz.
Hogy félrenyeltem a crispy outer layer. Mi az?
Beszívtam én is. Nagyon jó.
Who would have thought that we're gonna get some excellent iced coffee at a shrine and we can sit down, chill and relax? Amazing. The day before we couldn't get to a shrine because we ate so much dumplings, but lucky for us, it turned out there was a train line from Togakushi that could take us to that specific shrine directly. So we jumped on the train to complete our shrine hopping adventures, and as we arrived around the time the sun was setting, the colors were just amazing there. That evening we had one of the best experiences of our trip. We went to an izakaya restaurant right next to the hotel, where the food was truly delicious, yes, but the reason why we really enjoyed our time there was the friendly owner, who became excited when he heard we at least try a little bit to speak the Japanese language. 7つ。
はい。
7回
7回。はいはい
7回すごい7回も日本に来てる
毎日日本語を勉強します。でも私はちょっとまあまあです。
すごいです私全然ダメですこれないこれがないから
翻訳家です。That night was a really memorable experience for us that clearly showed it's worth to put some effort into doing Duolingo or anything just to be able to put a few sentences together. Throughout the trip, whenever we tried speaking a little bit, it always led to awesome moments, just like the ones we had this evening. Good morning. As I said, we will be flying over to the island of Ishigaki, and that is why we're here right now at the airport. And you can hear the sound of the menu sets being served, because I also got myself some nice curry before boarding the plane. And here it's a popular place. A lot of people are ordering here, but let's see how the food is. Welcome to the island of Ishigaki. The flight had a lot of clouds, a little bit of turbulence, but I do have to say you can never get bored of seeing the clouds and the sunshine together. How about that?
Very pretty.
Indeed. And here it's super hot and also very humid. Now let's go find the hotel. Welcome to our hotel room. Please take your shoes off when you step up here. Voila. I really dig the vibe, especially that we have two windows, one over there, one over here, and we also have a very small balcony. Okay, the TV is super small, but we're not here to watch television. We're here to enjoy Ishigaki Island in the next few days, and I think this room has enough space for us to rest. This is nice. One of the local dishes from the Okinawan Islands that we were really looking forward to was soki-soba. And lucky for us, close to our hotel there was a small restaurant that served this delicious soup. It's served with a simple but flavorful broth, which is paired with braised pork ribs that easily fall apart as you dig your chopsticks into them. There's nothing fancy about this dish, but it was a truly delicious start to our adventures here in Ishigaki. Where are we going, honey?
Taketomi. Taketomi.
So this is a very small island, and hopefully we can rent some bicycles to explore it for this day. There are beaches, hopefully some nice cafes, some nice things to eat, and tons of fun experiences for us. How hot is it on a scale of 1 to Akushi's super sweaty? Amazing. Look at my bike!
Not complain about the weather.
Nope, I am not complaining. We are super lucky.
Yes.
The weather forecast here is all over the place. Either we get some sunshine, either we get some rain. Whatever happens, let's go ride some bikes, have some fun. Our first destination on the island was one of its sandy beaches. And if you look at those dark clouds in the distance, well, we had some rain coming our way. But the thing about the islands of Okinawa is that during this time of the year at the beginning of May, rains just come and go. So after a quick shower, we were greeted by some lovely sunshine. And I mean, just look at the white sand and the bright blue water. The sight was truly breathtaking for us. After hanging out and relaxing on the beaches for a few hours, we biked back into the small village of the island to grab some food. And we found a rooftop cafe with a nice view and some excellent vegetable curry and taco rice to fill our bellies with.
Wow, cheese.
This day was just marvelous. We were super lucky with the weather, even though there was a little bit of rain. We were kind of expecting that, but otherwise the gods of the weather have blessed us today with an amazing experience here at Taketomi Island. So now it's time to head back, wash ourselves because I still have some sand on myself, and then let's see what we're gonna do in the evening. Back on the main island, we explored the city a bit before ending up at a sushi restaurant where we had all kinds of things from the sea. Some tasty salmon, fatty and flavorful tuna, octopus, and many other sea creatures I have no idea about, but they were all really delicious. Welcome to our second full day here in Ishigaki, and today we're gonna utilize our bus passes that we have, and the weather is gonna be chaotic today, but hopefully we're gonna be lucky to see some nice sights today as well. Let's go! Our first stop was the Yaima village, an open-air museum that preserves what an old Okinawan village used to look like, with many old houses that were relocated here from the island of Ishigaki. These old houses are also surrounded by lush green nature, which also includes a mangrove forest you can explore. It was really fun to walk around this jungle-like environment and the many old village houses, but naturally, one of the most memorable highlights for us was the squirrel monkey forest. I mean, just look at these cute fellows. They even let you to feed them. And thanks to my tasty offering, they accepted me, the big monkey, into their clan. Or at least until all the food was gone. But nevertheless, it was fun hanging out with these monkeys. Ah, sugoi. How did you enjoy the village here in Ishigaki?
It was amazing.
Monkeys were funny,
Monkeys!
Mangrove was interesting, all the flowers, all the plants,
Nature.
and the nice old village buildings, super cool. I really enjoyed it, and the food was also amazing. And now, here's one other thing that I really enjoy about this wonderful island, all the nice flowers that we can spot. Nevertheless, let's continue to catch another bus and go somewhere else then. Our next stop was Kabira Bay, one of the most picturesque places of the island, thanks to the bright blue waters. It is not allowed to swim here as they cultivate black pearls in the bay area, but there are glass-floored boats people can ride to see the beauty of these blue waters. Unfortunately for us, the wind here was pretty strong, so instead of taking a boat ride, we walked to the other side of this peninsula to see if the beach there is less windy and perhaps more peaceful. Where are we going, honey?
A beach.
Another one.
Which beach?
Tsukiji?
Tsukiji.
Suki something.
Hi.
I honestly don't know how and why, but we have this whole beach to ourselves. And on the other side, there was super strong wind. Here, it's nothing. Peace and quiet. I am the loudest here, so I'm gonna shut up now.
It's gonna rain.
It is gonna rain. It is already raining a little bit, which means it's time for us to head home. Not just because of the rain, but because probably the only bus that takes us home leaves in about half an hour. So we're gonna go and catch that. But this day has been very pleasant, very nice. We are lucky once again. But now let's head back home and see what we will eat in the evening.
Yes.
For the evening, we wanted to find a place that served local beef and found an interesting restaurant that turned out to be run by an old German guy who may have been a bit too eccentric, but the Ishigaki beef served there was just excellent. Nicely marbled with fat, and each bite just melted in your mouth with delicious flavors dancing with your tongue. Another tasty closure to another day full of adventures. It is our final day here at Ishigaki Island.
The last full day.
Yes, but we're gonna use it to the most as we can. So we're gonna go north once again with the bus, and hopefully we're gonna have some nice weather. Right now here the wind is blowing quite hard, but we will
still
see.
warm.
Yes, it is 28 degrees. At least that's what the weather forecast says. And it's gonna be cloudy, but we still have some sunscreen on us, because you never know. We got the Okinawan Spam Onigiri sandwich, which is like rice, the seaweed nori, and it's wrapped in a sandwich-like form with the spam that we in Hungary never eat. We hate that, but here it's a local delicacy. So I'm quite curious to try it.
We will eat it at the beach.
And we have a little bit of rain. But here, it always changes. So hopefully in the next few minutes, as we get to the beach, the Minato beach, then the rain will be over. Let's see.
All the things I do for you.
Now, as we wait for the rain to pass over, let's try those spam snacks, shall we?
Itadakimasu.
Nice, warm, really simple, good. Maybe today won't be beach time, but let's see. Let's go on an adventure.
It's not raining or
Anymore,
Yeah.
for now. But let's see. Let's go somewhere there. This is how far I came. Now let's see if we can go further. I made it! Look! It's the blue cave of Ishigaki. Yay!
let's go to the beach, let's go get away. They say what they're gonna say. Have a drink, clean, have a good night.
Hopefully we will not get copyright strike for that. But before we do get to the beach, we're gonna go to the Shisa village, where they have a lot of statues and sculptures of the famous lions of Okinawa. We got some of our own Shisas to home. We do have a pair already, so these ones will be our second one, but they are the more colorful ones this time. They're cute. I did not think that I'm gonna see so many fishes. They're huge, gorgeous, colorful, just wow. Now that soon our trip here in Ishigaki is coming to an end before heading back to the mainland, I just want to highlight one thing. When we planned this whole trip, most of the places have said that you should rent a car to get around, and to be fair, probably the easiest way to experience Ishigaki is if you rent a car. We did not do that. However, if you like puzzles and planning your trips, I think the public transport here is excellent, and the 5-day pass for the bus lines is just a no-brainer. If you can figure out how to do your routes like we did and plan ahead, then it's gonna be an amazing time if you use the bus.
Meleg?
Nem,
Ha nem?
kurva forró.
Á!
So this day has finally come. We're gonna leave Ishigaki behind, leave the seas, and go back to mainland Japan to visit the Alps of Japan. We're gonna go to Nagano today. And the thing that I'm not gonna miss is the humidity, because I'm already sweating and we just barely packed. Welcome to our hotel here in Nagano, and I think this has to be one of the largest rooms we had so far. I mean, just look, I can easily run around this room, so much space, and the bed is big and soft. Amazing. Now there's one other thing that I want to show you. Going to the bathroom can be dangerous during the night when you're sleepy, because look how much I need to step up. It's like jumping out from, I don't know, like a car or something. But the bathroom is pretty standard. I'm really happy with this room, and I'm really excited for Nagano and the surrounding area. So let's see what more fun we will have here. What's wrong, honey?
There is this big space for something flat, but it's not here.
Maybe the telly. Who comes up with the idea where you sleep like this and then you look at the TV like that? It's right there. It's right there. There's the space for the TV. Anyways, back to Nagano. One of the reasons why we chose Nagano as our headquarters was because we can use this as a starting point for many different day trips. But today we're gonna visit the city, and although there isn't a lot of really popular highlights and tourist attractions, there is a really big shrine complex where we will likely spend the whole day. Let's go! The long road leading to Zenkoji Temple was lined with different shrines and shops, so we took some detours to check out what the side streets were hiding. And of course, we did get some snacks as well, as we got closer and closer to the highlight of Nagano City.
First snack of the day.
Yes, but we're gonna try this later. Zenkoji is an important Buddhist temple in Japan, and it's easy to tell that it's a popular place, since the last stretch of the road leading to it is densely packed with shops that sell many different kinds of souvenirs and all sorts of food. But since we already had a melon pan in our bag, we skipped the shops for now and tried the snack we bought earlier.
Chocopan.
The bitter chocolate melon pan.
We never had this before.
No. It's so soft. Crunchy top with the sugar, fluffy bottom. Visiting the temple grounds here is for free, but you can get tickets to enter some buildings and get different experiences. We chose the combined ticket that allowed us first to climb the Sanmon Gate. This gave us a nice perspective of the city and how it is nestled between the many surrounding mountains of this region. Next we entered Zenkoji Temple itself, and since it's not allowed to take footage inside, I can only tell you the experience. First, we sat through a Buddhist ritual, which was very pleasant and calming. Then, we headed into a pitch-dark underground passage. There was nothing you could see down there. We had to keep touching the wall in order to know where we are going, and if you are lucky and find a key at a very specific spot, you are supposed to be granted salvation, at least according to the legends. It was kinda scary, but also fun at the same time. And we did find the key, or at least it felt like that. We couldn't see anything down there. If you ever go to Zenkoji Temple, I can highly recommend this experience for you. For Nagano, we had a very long list of foods we wanted to try, and as Zenkoji is important for Buddhists, one popular local dish here was zaru soba, a cold buckwheat noodle that you dip into a soy sauce-based savory sauce, and it's usually paired with tempura-battered deep-fried items like vegetables or shrimp. But we did not stop here with our list, because another popular item is oyaki, a simple flour-based dumpling with different kinds of fillings that's first boiled and then grilled. And the road leading to the shrine is filled with shops that sell oyaki. After resting in our hotel, we continued our Nagano culinary adventures and tried the famous sauce katsudon. As the name suggests, this is a pork cutlet on a rice bed. But what sets it apart from the regular deep-fried cutlets is that after frying, it is dipped in a rich and savory brown sauce. It's an excellent and delicious twist to a dish we already knew and loved. Now that we have experienced the famous sauce katsudon, I wanted to go back to Zenkoji Temple to see it during the evening. Let's go! Now the contrast between day and night here is just super huge. I mean, obviously there's not much open now, exactly nothing. So that means it is super peaceful. If you do come to Nagano and you like the peace and quiet of the evenings, and maybe you like some night photography, I can highly recommend a visit here. I hope my photos turn out nice, because my lovely producer is at the edge of falling asleep. It's closer to 9 o'clock now. Anyways, we're gonna walk back home.
I'm just tired.
Yeah. Hey, we met a neko. We met a cat. A nice little cat.
The temple cat.
Now we are excited for tomorrow, because then we're gonna head to Matsumoto. let's go to sleep and then
See you tomorrow.
The next day, we hopped on the train that took us through the mountains that separate the city of Nagano from the city of Matsumoto. It is located in a valley, and everywhere you look, you'll see the signature large mountains of the Japanese Alps. But the most famous feature of Matsumoto is its old castle. It's a national treasure of Japan, and the mountains in the distance and the reflections in the water surrounding the castle definitely prove that. Time easily flies by as you slowly walk around the castle and take in each different perspective you can get. We also entered the castle itself, but to be very honest, it wasn't an experience I would easily recommend. There were way too few items on display, and the space is kind of small, plus the stairs are super steep. But since it's an original structure, the options to turn this into a proper museum is very limited. In the end, I did not mind going through the castle because I got to take these awesome photos with a samurai guy who was very nice and also super cool. Japan has many castles, but apparently there are only 12 which have their original keeps that were not destroyed by fires or earthquakes or whatsoever, and Matsumoto's castle is one of them. And with this is the 5th from all the 12 that we have ever visited. So there's still a lot more to go, but nevertheless, from the outside, to me personally, this is one of the most picturesque ones, one of my favorite ones. The inside, it's a bit crowded, there isn't much to see, and honestly, from the top, you can see a lot of mountains, which is gorgeous. But I think there are some other places here in Matsumoto and the neighboring area where you can see the mountains, and hopefully we will get there. And now, probably I'm getting hungry. So let's go continue to explore Matsumoto and see what we can find to eat. To remember our trip here in Matsumoto, of course we needed to get some lucky charms. This one should ward off the evil spirits. I chose this one. And for my lovely producer, we have this nice shell, which also brings good luck. Castle towns in Japanese history were also centers of commerce, and many cities today try to preserve the old merchant districts with their unique houses and structures. Matsumoto also has 2 such areas. There's the Frog Street, which runs along the river, and I believe that the name comes from frogs living in the river itself, but apparently it's just wordplay, as people were using this shopping street to return from the nearby shrine, and the word return and frog sound the same in Japanese, hence the name Frog Street, the street where you return. The other area is Nakamachi, which literally means middle of the town, so there is no real wordplay here. It's just the old town center where all the merchants used to do their business. Today this place is full of shops selling different souvenirs and food, and since one of our regional delicacies was on the menu at a place here, we had to sit in to try that, but the theme of the restaurant took us by surprise. We are back in Okinawa, but we're not eating Okinawan food this time. Sanzokuyaki is slightly different from most fried chickens in Japan. It usually is larger, and a different marinade is used before deep frying, and the coating is also thicker. As someone who really likes Japanese fried chicken, I absolutely enjoyed eating this version of the dish.
Bye bye, Matsumoto.
Let's head back to Nagano. This was a pleasant day, wasn't it?
Yes.
So far, we have visited the urban areas here in the mainland, but today we want to head out to the mountains and the forest. Are you excited?
Yes.
So am I. Let's go to Togakushi. we have arrived to the mountains.
Yay!
More than 1,000 meters above sea level, which means we are higher than the highest mountain we have in Hungary.
That's very easy
Yes,
to do.
because we don't have many mountains at all. Today is gonna be all about hiking. Right now, weather is a little bit wet, but what we never do when things get wet, we never let our happiness down.
Yay!
Exciting.
You're
Let's go.
always excited.
Yay! Ice. Togakushi is located in the mountains near Nagano, and it's famous for its 3 shrines, a lower, middle, and upper shrine. According to legends, in ancient times, the sun goddess hid away in a cave far from here and closed off herself with a rock, which brought darkness to the world. Other deities united to lure the sun goddess out from her hiding with a dance ritual. And once the goddess peeked out from her cave, one of the deities threw the stone door away, and it flew all the way to Nagano, where Togakushi is today. The name Togakushi literally means hiding door, and the upper shrine worships the deity who threw that stone door all the way to this location. So here's the thing, it may be raining, and yes, our shoes are completely dirty. However, what I'm gonna say is that with the mist and with the little bit of wet vibes, I think we had a mystical experience here in the forest,
Yes.
which made it really good, in my opinion.
There was a little bit of rain.
Yes,
It's just coming from the trees.
yes. And there's still some droplets coming from the trees, but
But we
have
don't
survived.
care because
Yes.
we had fun.
Indeed. As we're walking along this route, we've been seeing these white flowers, and we have never seen anything like these before. Luckily, by using Google Lens, these are called Japanese swamp lanterns. In a small town full of shops and restaurants for visitors of the area, you'll find the Middle Shrine, which worships the deities that united and planned the dance ritual according to the legend. One of the highlights here is the long and steep stairs that lead all the way to the main building. But you'll also see many old and large trees. Most of them are more than 800 years old, and by hugging them, you may be rewarded with some good luck. Tree, everywhere are big trees. Since we had some time before the bus leaves, we thought, why not visit a nearby lake? There is another one which is about 50 minutes from here, but this one, from the Middle Shrine, it's about a 10-minute, 15-minute walk. And now we have just enough time to casually get back, but it was totally worth it to
Yes.
make this detour.
It's so pretty.
Yes. Sun came out, everything was nice.
Yes.
Now let's get the bus, head
And
back
get
to Nagano.
home.
Yay! It's the evening soon, and it's time to take off one more regional dish from our list, the local version of miso. For today's day trip, let's visit a postal town on the Nakasendo Trail. So let's take the train over to Narai-juku. We are here! Narai-juku, old post town from the Edo era. We're gonna see some lovely old buildings. Are you excited?
Yes.
And we got a map. Let's go. The town's main attraction is its preserved old street, but we always like to check out what else is there to see in popular places like this. So first we headed over to the edge of the town to check out a peaceful shrine which was nestled between large trees. We then headed over to the old street of Narai. Online, you'll find the place named as Narai-juku, where Narai means the name of the town, and Juku refers to its historic title as a post town. Back in history, when the government was moved to Edo, the city that is known today as Tokyo, many towns between this new capital and the old capital of Kyoto flourished. Lords had to move between the cities regularly, and as the travel took a very long time, they had to make stops to rest. And the towns along these paths prospered thanks to the wealthy visitors staying there. These towns became the so-called post towns, and Narai was one of the wealthiest, with one of the longest roads today that is lined with old preserved houses. One of the local specialties we wanted to try here was gohei mochi, a rice cake served on a skewer and covered in sweet and sour sauce.
Umai.
After exploring the long street and admiring the many different shrines along the route, our energy from the gohei mochi faded, so we wanted to grab something more substantial and stopped by a nice little shop that sold simple noodle soups with a comforting soy sauce based broth, some tasty udon noodles and fried tempura vegetables on top. It was just excellent. Once we reached the end of the road, we started backtracking and wanted to visit places we took note of during our earlier walk. One of those places was a cafe, which didn't look different from all the other shops and stores, but behind its doors, an elegant and cozy cafe welcomed us. Sitting right at the window on the tatami mat, enjoying some delicious coffee and some very tasty sweets as people walked back and forth outside on the main road, was the perfect relaxing experience we needed. Now Narai may not be a huge town, but as we were looking for a peaceful and calm experience, we could easily spend more than 4 hours here just walking on the street, admiring the old architecture and the old buildings, having nice snacks, nice coffee. This town has so much to offer and it was so much fun. But now let's head back to Nagano. Back in Nagano, we went to an izakaya restaurant for dinner because apparently Nagano also has its own local version of gyoza dumplings, which was on the menu here. And if you are still watching this video, you'll know how much we love dumplings. And if you're wondering what made these dumplings special, well, it's not the filling or the cooking method, but the sauce you dump them into. They are made with using miso, which as we learned is one of the most popular products of Nagano Prefecture, and the sauce was an excellent companion to our gyoza dumplings, but of course we had many other excellent dishes too. Next day trip all the way to Hakuba. Why? Because from there we can see the glorious mountains. One of the reasons why we came to this region, to see lots of mountains, and today we're gonna do that. Let's go by bus! Yay! Our destination of the day, Hakuba, is a village located at the foothills of the Hida Mountains. During wintertime, it's a popular ski resort, and during the warmer seasons, people mostly come here to hike or just casually enjoy nature. We came here for a chill day to see the mountains covered in snow, and lucky for us, there is a smaller mountain here that should give us exactly the view we wanted. But first, we needed to take a gondola lift all the way to the top.
I hate this.
So right now we are heading up to Mount Iwatake, I think.
Yeah.
Because this is Iwatake Mountain Resort. Yes.
Yes.
And there's going to be an observation deck, which will hopefully give us excellent views of the mountains. But in all honesty, the trip here on the bus was already fascinating and worth it. And
Looking forward to some hiking and food. Yay!
At the top of Mount Iwatake, we were immediately blown away by the views we got of the valley surrounding Hakuba. But we also wanted to get a full look at the snow-covered tall mountains, and thankfully there was an observation deck built precisely for this. And as you sit there watching the mesmerizing landscape, you can also grab some snacks and coffee, of course. See, this is one of the reasons why I envy people who live in like Austria, Switzerland, because they get to see things like this basically almost every day. It's really hard to get bored of the view. As we explored the different views at this mountaintop, we stumbled upon a unique experience on offer, where you swing right in front of the mountains while the opening song from the old cartoon series about the girl from the Swiss Alps, Heidi, is playing in the background. And maybe you wonder why that song? Well, that cartoon was an anime made in Japan, so as absurd it may seem, it was a fitting background song for the experience.
Úristen! Jézusom! Azért az, amikor így a semmibe kizúzol, azért az kurva rémisztő!
As we still had a lot of time till our bus was supposed to arrive, we walked around the area a bit. And since we knew there were a few rice paddies close by, we wanted to capture a few shots of the mountains reflecting in the water. Once we returned to Nagano, we walked around the neighborhood to find a spot to eat at and stumbled upon a small yakitori restaurant with 0 reviews on Google Maps, and we decided to gamble. And it turned into yet another great experience of our trip. The food was excellent, the owner was really nice and cool, and we even got into a small chat with the other guests who were very curious about their travels in Japan. We got really lucky this time, jumping into the unknown and not caring about Google Maps reviews. Welcome to another day. Today we are leaving Nagano to go far away, all the way to the historic city of Kanazawa. And I'm really excited because of the buildings and the streets and the closeness of the Sea of Japan, which means hopefully we can eat some nice fish. Let's go take the Shinkansen. Kanazawa is located on the shores of the Sea of Japan, and it's a historic city that once rivaled places like Kyoto and Edo. Thanks to its proximity to the sea, Kanazawa is famous for seafood, and the local market is a popular place to try some of it, so naturally it was one of our first destinations. The market was lively, full of people and different kinds of goods on display. You have an option to try some of the food here on the ground floor of the market, but there is an upper floor with some restaurants if you're looking for a more peaceful way of enjoying your meal. Once we found a place that was open and had space for us, we ordered different sets of assorted seafood rice bowls, and oh my god, those were just so delicious. We absolutely understood why Kanazawa is famous for the seafood.
Doko?
We have arrived in Samurai District, and I feel that one of my favorite live action series was shot here, Rurouni Kenshin.
Let's find the place.
The city is also sometimes referred to as Little Kyoto, as it has many districts where the old houses are preserved. One of these districts is Nagamachi, which is an old samurai district with lots of old buildings and gardens, some of which you can enter and explore on your own. And while the unique streets with the tall walls absolutely reminded me of some scenes from the Rurouni Kenshin movies, sadly later on I found out that they didn't shoot anything here for the movie. But for a few minutes, I felt like I was walking the same road the samurai did in that movie. Welcome to Ken-Rokuen Gardens, which is one of the most prestigious Japanese gardens in the country. I'm super glad to be here. Let's enjoy. Ken-Rokuen's name refers to the Chinese landscape theory of the 6 essential attributes that make up a perfect garden. It's a very well maintained garden with lots of different scenes to enjoy, and one of the most popular of those is understandably the large pond in the center with the tea house floating on the water. The other well-preserved district is the Higashichaya district, which used to be the home of old tea houses where geishas entertained the guests in old times. It's the most popular district among visitors of Kanazawa, thanks to the labyrinth-like small streets and lots of old, well-preserved buildings that today host different kinds of tea houses, cafes, and other kinds of shops.
Red bean and custado.
So far, this is the only day where we are technically leaving some programs on the table. We didn't really spend a lot of time of precisely planning out the day, which means that today we got a nice taste of Kanazawa, and we will return one day for more.
Yes.
What a closure to our days here in Nagano. We just wanted to search for hambagu, which is the local version of Hamburg steak. And we found this place, which was run by a grandma and grandpa, Oba-chan, Oji-san. Amazing food. And now we're gonna head home because we need to pack. Because tomorrow we're gonna head to our final leg of this trip, which will be in Tokyo. Let's see how those days turn out. We are super excited. Let's go. Before boarding our scheduled bullet train the next day, I still had one thing I wanted to find out. Can a soup served at the train platform for about $2 be any good And the answer simply is yes! Now of course it's nothing extraordinary, it's just a comforting hot fish-based broth with buckwheat noodles, but for 320 yen, eating this as bullet trains go past, it is a real no-brainer.
Welcome to our final room here in Tokyo. While we have a narrow entry here, I can tell you that this is one of the prettiest rooms. I'm gonna look at all this space where I can sit down. Unfortunately, the view is directly at the next building, so we ain't gonna look at some nice shots of the Tokyo skyscrapers. Nevertheless, big bed. But again, who puts the TVs here like this? If you come to Japan and you come to some of these hotels, likely you're gonna have some neck ache after watching some telly. But one of the highlights here, I think, has to be the insanely huge bathroom. Come, a lot of people fit in here. Shower, bathtub, everything amazing. And tonight we are going to some baseball, but first we're gonna do a little bit of shopping, so let's go and do that.
Since close to our hotel there was a Pokemon Center, we had to make a stop to increase the number of our plushie friends at home. But fair warning for anyone visiting a place like this, the amount of goods on sale and the number of people in shops like this can be a bit much for some.
I mean, that was an overwhelming experience, but we got you, yay! And now let's go shopping for some t-shirts.
Uniqlo is one of our go-to clothing stores when visiting Japan. They have some excellent clothes and an endless selection of really fun t-shirt designs. But their flagship store in Ginza, with 12 different floors and an army of customers, can be a real soul-drowning experience. We were completely drained and we didn't even buy that much.
It was a struggle.
But there's no time to complain about crowds in the shops, time to suit up and go to the baseball game. The Swallows played against the reigning champions of Yokohama, but even if the chances for the Tokyo team weren't looking great, these games are still really fun, thanks to the crowd cheering all the way through, the food and beer available during the games, and that there is this sense of excitement in every moment when a home player is at the plate, with a feeling in the air that something awesome can happen at any time. The Swallows in the end unfortunately lost, but it was a tight and exciting game till the very last moments.
Today will be a rainy day.
Yes.
So one of the reasons why we came here today is because on this weekend is a Matsuri, which is a local type of festival. And that is the Sanja Matsuri. And my first experience to Japan when we came here in 2014 was coming to this festival. And that was a brilliant experience. So now we're here again to experience it once again.
The Sanja Matsuri happens yearly in Asakusa with one of the most popular shrines at the center of the event, the Sensoji Temple. The festival is 3 days long, with each day having a different program. We came here on Saturday because during the second day of the festival, around 100 portable shrines are carried around the streets, and this symbolic parade of the deities is said to bring good luck and good fortune to the businesses. It's especially fun to just roam around the neighborhoods and stumble upon groups carrying these shrines and bringing an energetic atmosphere with their festive chanting. For the evening, we walked over to Yurakucho station, an area with many different dining options, some of which are located right under the train tracks. We explored the streets in search of our next culinary adventure, but the narrow corridors under the train tracks have captured our imaginations, so we looked for a place there and landed at a seafood restaurant. Now, in Japanese restaurants, it's a regular practice that instead of tipping, there is a table charge, but for this price, you get a little something called otoshi, which is kind of an appetizer. And to my shock, here I got a sea snail. I tried it, it wasn't terrible, but it's not gonna be my favorite, to be honest. The rest of the food we ordered was nice, some were excellent, some didn't win us over, but because of the atmosphere and the experimental experience, it was definitely worth coming here.
Ohio!
Good morning! Today's destination is the hip neighborhood of Koenji. And then Kichijoji. Yes, thrift shops, cafes, and so much fun. Hip neighborhood. Let's go! Today we are visiting two trendy neighborhoods of Tokyo's outskirts, starting with Kichijoji. Our first stop was the Inokashira Park, a peaceful spot of nature in this dense urban area, with a pond in its middle where you can take swan boats for rides, and lots of people just casually hanging out and having a relaxing time. Honestly, after the last 2 days, this is kind of a relief to walk in such a peaceful environment because, well, first of all, when we went shopping, there were a ton of people. And yesterday, obviously, there's a festival, very popular. There's gonna be a lot of others as well. But here, even though there's still many people, it's very nice. We have some nice air, weather is excellent, and it's peaceful and fun. When we travel, we also get inspiration from other content creators for places to visit, and one of our favorite streamers based in Tokyo regularly suggests going to a place nearby called the Dap's famous Hood Joint. It's a Philly sandwich place with 90s hip-hop vibes, and the friendly owner who was very interested in where we came from and what Hungarian food we would recommend for him, and of course, the food served here was also really nice and excellent. Here's another shot of the train ride. We then headed over to Koenji, a place that is famous for its thrift shops and eclectic streets full of colorful and unique looking buildings. Although we never really browsed anything in used clothing stores and such, it was still worth coming here and to walk around the sprawling web of streets, as the atmosphere was so different and refreshing from most of Tokyo we have experienced so far. One place that I knew from social media and I really wanted to visit here was a cafe where they regularly play hip-hop music and stream that live on YouTube. It was funny to just sit there and enjoy my coffee at the exact same spot I always see on my screen when I'm listening to their hip-hop setlists. We are back here at the hotel room and we were thinking we are here in Japan now, so why not do things once again that we love? So we're gonna go somewhere special. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go to a baseball game.
Yay! Yes, we returned to yet another baseball game, but this time unfortunately the Swallows got beaten really hard. Nevertheless, the atmosphere was still fun and it was super worth it coming here once again. Welcome to the busy Tokyo station, where there's noise all the time, something is happening, and we're gonna try and go away from today's concrete jungle into the mountains. Let's go, if you can hear me. This day was one of the most exhausting ones from a travel perspective, as it took about 3 hours for us to get from our hotel to the village in the mountains, where the Musashi Mitake shrine is located. We had to switch trains, hop over to a bus ride, and then take the cable car, and with each change of transport, we felt we were going higher and higher and got closer to the clouds that ate up the top of the surrounding mountains.
We are nowhere.
We have arrived to Mount Mitake. And the thing is that whenever we choose to go to a shrine which is located in the mountains, deep in the woods, well, it's not about the weather, but it's about the mystical feelings. We are in the clouds, walking inside the cloud right now. Yeah, but we are here because there's a shrine, there's a village. Let's go and explore. Prior to visiting this shrine, I did read a lot about how to get here. The only thing that was kind of missing from all the material online was the amount of climb you still need to do from the cable car. Stairs and some very steep routes. So if you want to visit this place, I guess the view is magical if there are no clouds. But now it's mystical, so that's also a plus. But if you do want to visit this place, I would highly recommend to prepare yourself for a lot of stairs. Yesterday was wet, cloudy, 17 degrees. Today apparently it's gonna be 30 degrees, sunshine. So why not go for another day trip all the way to Enoshima? Amazing. The island of Enoshima is a popular day trip destination in the prefecture of Kanagawa. It offers a mix of shops with street foods and souvenirs, shrines to visit, caves, and the rocky shoreline of the sea. Also get the charm white dragon. Which one should we pick? Who speaks to me? Which one of you speak to me? You speak to me.
Hello. Fortune.
Good fortune or bad fortune? Let's see. I believe this means regular luck, which is good.
Gyere a benchre.
Bencsenyi, szívesen. The two different types of red bean paste, one is smooth, the other one is smashed. Both are good.
We proved our love,
Our undying love.
undying love. Now nothing can stop us.
Thanks to the powerful waves of the sea, special caves were formed by erosion over time. And these caves were used as sacred locations by Buddhist monks. Today you can visit these caves and even meet a legendary dragon and show your respect to him with a clap.
Pizza. Csottó, összepiséltem magam.
The shorelines of Enoshima with the powerful waves crashing into the rocks was probably the highlight of our visit here. We never really get to see such strong waves in Hungary, and it was fascinating to watch the water splashing so high. One of the reasons why we came here on a Tuesday and kind of an early morning was so that we can beat the crowds. Thing is,
We did in the morning.
in the morning we did. Right now it's just past 1 o'clock.
Oh my god.
And oh my god, there's so many people here. But we were lucky.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna try to find a spot where I can take some photos, hopefully of some lovely trains in the sea. There's a particular kind of photo that's popular online, featuring the blue sea and the iconic green train of the area, and I wanted to take a similar one for myself, but unfortunately there was an army of people trying to take a photo of themselves, and it was super difficult to get the exact picture I wanted, but I'm still happy with some of the photos that I ended up with. I don't know how, but I convinced my wife to go for a sake tasting, so let's go there and first eat something, because you need food before you consume alcohol. Yeah. Honestly, this is probably one of the first parts of Tokyo, at least for me. Whenever we travel, we usually also watch YouTubers just like us. And Paolo is one of the guys who we've been watching for years before coming here, Japan. He's been helping us. So now we help him by buying his hot sauce, because we also love hot sauce. Here we go. Tonight we support also another YouTuber, because one of our other favorite ones abroad in Japan is having a bar here, and that's where we have the sake tasting. So honey, what did you learn about sake and how do you like sake?
I have no idea what I like.
No, we now have an idea and I have an idea
You
of what we
remember,
like.
I don't remember what I like.
Yes, but next time we buy
Do you know
sake.
where we are going?
Yes, we are going
To the Nintendo
shopping
store!
a little bit. Yay, let's go there.
Ide, hát ne az úton menjünk.
Everyone's going on the street. Bye bye.
good morning. We are kind of out of breath because we had to take the stairs all the way up here to Ueno Park. We're down to 2 days left. Today we have 2 programs lined up. One is the zoo because we have never seen pandas in our lives, and the other is the sumo tournament in the afternoon. So let's go see some cute animals and then see some fun wrestlers.
Cute naked man.
Cute naked men in the afternoon. Cute animals in the morning. Let's go. So how's your life now that you have seen a panda?
It's okay, but it was kind of sad. I don't know.
Hey, it was happily eating the cane. Sugar cane? I don't know what they eat. Bamboo? Probably. It was cute.
It was too quick. We only had 1 minute to look at the panda.
But everyone wants to see the pandas, and
Yes.
everybody deserves a shot.
Yes.
And we also got our
It was
shot.
cute.
Yes. But let's look at some more animals.
Yes. Vetki. Vetki also doing one on panda.
He comes with us. Or she comes with us. It comes with us. Whenever we visit zoos, I just always hope that all the animals are being cared for there. So far what we have seen here at Ueno is that they have a good time. And hopefully that is indeed the case. I always feel that zoos are a little bit controversial, but I think it's still important to educate people about the different kind of animals.
Yes.
And you know how fragile our world is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those animals there said that there's only a few of them left.
Yeah.
So let's hope that one day that could change. We're here finally, once again, yeah! That was amazing, as always. Most of the fighters we were hoping to win won. Especially Ura, who's our favorite. So now let's head back home.
We're done for
chill.
today.
Yes. And then we will do tomorrow. Let's see you tomorrow. It is our last day, and the only program we have is to go shopping, because there are quite a few things that we can only get here in Japan. But that would be a boring thing for you. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some montages of, you know, me buying toys and all those kind of stuff. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit of a summary of this visit, because there's been a lot that we have learned coming back to Japan for so long. So I'm gonna share some of these insights with you. Welcome to about 8 floors of sensory immersion.
Let's go, quick, quick.
Now, while we wait for one store to open, let me talk a little bit about Ishigaki, because first I was kind of hesitant to include that in our itinerary because it's a very remote area and we didn't know how tourist friendly it will be. But in the end, I think it was one of the best decisions to include Ishigaki. It was very welcoming to tourists, and even though probably with a car you can explore more of it, we could easily do everything we wanted just using public transport, even if you had to solve your routes like a puzzle, plan your days ahead. It was a really pleasant experience. Weather was amazing, nature was beautiful, food was lovely, people were lovely. I mean, if you want a really non-mainland Japan experience, then I can highly recommend going to Ishigaki. Now next, let's talk about Nagano, because for that place I had really high hopes, and to be very honest, it basically jumped that high bar even more than I had anticipated it. The nature was stunning and beautiful, and there were so many different options that we could still do, but given the limited time that we have spent in Nagano, you know, we had to cut some corners and do some day trips, and some day trips we had to skip. And in the end, I would really say I would go back. It was probably one of the best times we had here, simply because the people were super nice. Again, nature was super cool, food was amazing, and it wasn't always super crowded. It was busy, some places were busy, but not to the extent where it was too much, in my opinion. So Nagano absolutely blew my mind, and I would absolutely want to go back one day to experience more of that region. We have truly reached our peak as humanity. Well, it looks like we came to Japan at the time of a shortage of plastic robots that I collect, but luckily I still could get some as a gift also for my friend. But anyways, what did we think of Tokyo? Now, in all honesty, Tokyo has like a soft spot in my heart forever and ever, but I think we kinda grew apart a little bit. Things are extremely busy here, and I appreciate more things like in Nagano or in Ishigaki. Things here, there are things in Tokyo that I really love. The Matsuri, going to a Yakult Swallows game, or even some of the food, but most of the places here are just crowded with people. There's so much noise, so many busyness. Maybe next time when we come to Japan, which we definitely will, because we absolutely love this country and its culture, but the next time we come back, I guess Tokyo will not be on our itinerary. We had enough of it. Tokyo's fine. If you want to come to Japan as a first time, come here, experience it for a few days, then probably go somewhere else. Go to Nagano, for example. That is amazing. Anyways, let's head back home and get prepared for tomorrow's travel. And that concludes our adventures in Japan, from islands to the mountains and into the busy Tokyo. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to see more of our future adventures. See you guys in the next one. Bye!